So in this video, what we're going to cover is lending and borrowing and how you can earn yield. Okay, we're already making yield by staking our XRP. We're already making yield by staking our metal token. Now we're going to figure out the lending and borrowing aspect of all this. Before we get started, once again, this is not in any way, form, or fashion financial advice. You need to do your own research, come to your own conclusion. And remember that whenever you do anything, always take a little bit and try it out, get to know it, get to understand it before you move any significant amount of money. That way you don't lose any money or don't screw things up, right? So the idea is to take the least amount that you can, try it all out, see where you go with it, and then once you fully grasp it and understand it, then do whatever you want to do. But always start with a small amount. So, lending and borrowing. What we're going to do is come up here to this swap button, and when we click on it, it will open up a browser. I'm using my desktop. You can use a mobile device or the mobile app. It doesn't matter. It will open a browser on your mobile device. So let's go ahead and click on the swap button. And we see here that we are now in the browser, and we are on the decentralized exchange. And again, the decentralized exchange is where you can put limit orders in, take profit orders, all these different things. We'll get to that in a later video. First thing I need to do is to log out, and then we will go ahead and log in so that we are on the TGA YouTube account. There we are, Jed. Now, what we want to do is we want to go to loan, and up here at the top is where all your options are. And we're going to go here, and this is going to open a separate window. This used to be a little more difficult to get to loan, like you had to have a link and go to that page and all that stuff. They made it a lot easier when they updated the user interface here, the UI. And I do like what they've done with the UI. It is absolutely beautiful. Let's go here and let's click on this to open a new window, and we are now in MetalX Lending. Now again, this is 100% completely and utterly decentralized. There are no third parties involved, only smart contracts. So code is running everything, and there are algorithms involved in this to keep the rates where the rates need to be. But in order to get started, we need to explore the market itself. But let me go ahead up here at the top and let's log in. Browsers, authorize it to use our account. Now we are logged in, TGA YouTube, and now we want to explore the market. So we click on this, and this is the lending and borrowing app. And everything on here is live. It's happening by the second. So as you can see, these numbers begin to change. What I'm going to do is right now, we've already staked our XRP tokens. We've already staked our metal tokens. So what we have right now is USD coined in our wallet. So that's what we're going to do. Now let's understand this screen before we go any farther, because it's very important to grasp the concept of how this thing is set up. This is all deposits. This is all borrows, right? And then my wallet, what I have in each of these things, right? So I'm not lending USD, I'm not borrowing USD. This is just what is sitting in my wallet currently, like right now. So 173 X USDC is sitting in my wallet, and that's about 173.71 about. And if we come up here to this wallet, little wallet symbol at the top, we click on it. Now this brings us up to our deposits, our borrows, our loan health, instead of the markets. So if we go back to the markets, all deposits, so right now XRP, there is about $7,803,226,000 being lent out to the community, to the ecosystem, to the lending and borrowing app. Below that, we have $924,221 This is the dollar value of this amount of XRP. In the borrowing side, right now we have 689,590 XRP being borrowed, which is worth about $1,937,273. So it's very simple to understand, guys. This is the market. Okay, this is not our wallet. To get to our wallet, we come up to the wallet up here like I just showed you. So you can go through here and just see what's happening with each one of these, how much is in each one of them, like Ethereum or XETH, 857,000 or $857 is being lent to the app right now for people to borrow from. Now, we have an earn, and we have an earn, we have an earn, and we have a pay. So on some of these, depending on the market, depending if they are encouraging you to borrow or if they are discouraging you to borrow, you'll either have a green or you'll have a red. Okay, that's step one. That's just a simple understanding. If you see red, then obviously that is the APY that will be taking from you. But as you see when I hover over this, if I borrow, this is USDC coin, if I borrow, the APY is 20.19%. That's what they're going to take out of me, basically. Alright, but let's hover over that, and we see that we are actually going to earn, because we have a positive number, 2.47% loan. So as soon as I borrow USD, I will be earning, because it's a positive number, 2.47% loan. So 2.47% of whatever I borrow, I will receive that as yield into my account as loan, $ loan token. Now, the $ loan token is infinite. There is no maximum supply. That, however, does not mean in any way, form, or fashion that it cannot go up significantly in value. Okay? You need to do your research. You need to understand how that functions. Only so much is printed at a time of $ loan. Most people lock that up for 4 years to get high interest, and so there's just not that much supply, and you have a supply and demand issue, which causes the value of $ loan to go up in value, right? But there is a governance side of things which we have not gotten to yet. And in the governance, if you own $ loan, you can vote on different things to be amended, or different values and different things that can go on in the loan protocol. We'll get to that in a completely separate video. But I'm bringing it up because at any given point in time, those who hold loan can vote in a governance situation and actually print more loan, right? And it has an infinite amount because we never know how much loan is going to be needed in the future as institutions get involved, banks, credit unions, corporations, etc., etc., etc. You need to go watch a different video that I will be putting out that gives you the Metallicus ecosystem vision, so you can understand where they're trying to take the Metallicus ecosystem, and then you'll understand a little bit more, understand it a little bit better why in the future we will probably need a lot more loan printed. Okay, but yet still the value of that loan token will go up in value. Okay, that's neither here nor there. I just want you to see right here on the screen here that when I hover over this, this is a positive number. So they are incentivizing us to borrow with a positive 2.47% loan. Next to it, that is not a dash sign. That is a negative, meaning that is a negative value. This is what is going to be taking out of your account. So negative 22.66% XUSDC is what I will owe as time passes by. Okay, so you have a positive number and you have a negative number. I hope you guys can see that. That is not a dash, and that's very, very important that you understand. Okay, so the positive one, the loan, that's yield that's going to come into you as the $ loan token. I'll show you more about that in a second. The negative sign is what's going to be extracted from you. So if you take 22.66%, which is what you're going to owe, and you subtract the 2.47% positive yield coming to you, the total comes to right there, 20.19%. 0.19%. That's how that number comes to be and comes to exist. Now there are algorithms involved in all this so that they always have the right amount borrowing and lending. And so these numbers can change, and they can change in a moment's notice. For example, if somebody were to come in here and just deposit 10 million XUSDC into the lending or borrowing side of this, right? Alright, now over here we see a positive number. We're going to earn 18.49% and APY, and that's going to break down as a positive 17% or 17.09% XUSD into your account if you are lending. Okay, I'll show you this when we switch over to the wallet. But 17.09% positive XUSD coming into your account based on how much you lend to the protocol as of the time of making this video. It will change. I have seen it as high as 27%, and I have actually seen it as low as 7% when someone deposited an amazing amount of XUSDC into the lending app. Okay, the other side of that, you see a plus. So that is a positive yield. A positive 1.39% loan is a yield. So you'll be making XUSDC and you will be yielding loan token as well. So you're getting both. Okay? I hope this makes sense to you guys. That is a positive number. Again, when we come over here, you see that is a negative number, not a dash. Very, very important. Let's look at Ripple. Ripple, if I borrow, right, because you see this is the borrows column. If I borrow, I will get a positive yield of 6.6%, 6.64% loan. That's a yield that will come to me. But they will also take 1.1% XXRP over time as I borrow, right? APY. On the deposit side or the lending side, you get plus 0.08% XRP and plus 0.39% loan. Alright, hopefully this now makes sense. Those are both positive numbers. That means both of them are yielding. Over here you have a positive and a negative. So if you take 6.6% positive loan that you're going to earn, and you subtract 1.14% from that 6.64, you come to this number 5.51. That's how they get that number. Alright? But it's very, very important. I'm going to say it again. That you understand that is not a dash. That is a negative. That is what is going to be extracted from you. It will be a plus sign if it's a yield. And there are times when you have plus plus from borrowing. It does happen, but it's a very rare situation, and they are very much encouraging you to borrow at that point. And you might want to take advantage of it, but you must pay attention because this can change in a split second, literally, depending on what people borrow or what they pay back and all these things. All right, so it's something you have to pay attention to. These change all the time. All right, now that you understand the numbers, you can loan or borrow Tether, Cardano, which is ADA, XLTC, which is Litecoin, XMT or MetalDAO, Doge, ETH, HBAR, Hedera Hashgraph, Bitcoin, XPR Network, USD Coin, and Ripple. That is our options right now. But over on the governance side, we are voting on bringing in other things that can be lent and borrowed. All right. Remember, this is 100% decentralized. There are no third parties involved. It's all done by smart contract. Now, going up to the wallet up here, the wallet, click on it. Now we're looking at our wallet, what we have lent, what we have borrowed, which in our case is 0.0000 and borrow 0.000, right? We haven't used it yet on any of the tokens. This column is how much you have in your wallet, which you can see I have none of these things because you guys have followed me from the get-go when I created the wallet. And the only thing I do have is XUSDC. It's at the top because I have more USDC than any of the other tokens. So whatever you have the most of will be on the top, second most below it, third most below it, etc., etc., etc. It'll always be at the top, whatever you actually have in your wallet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lend some XUSDC, show you how we lend, and I'm not going to borrow because I'm not going to swap any tokens. But you should understand how the borrow works. You'll get a positive 2.47 loan coming yielding into your account, which will show up here as rewards that you can claim, and they will be extracting a 21.97% XUSDC from what you borrow. Now, why is it so high? Because they don't want you borrowing XUSDC right now. If they did want you to encourage you to borrow, then it wouldn't be 21.97, it would be much lower, okay? So it's based on the algorithm, again, trying to keep a balance between lending and borrowing and keep everything where the algorithm wants it to sit. So this does change, and there are times that it is actually beneficial to borrow, and there are times it's beneficial to borrow even at these rates. And remember, you are earning a 2.47% loan reward, and you can stake loan, okay, or you can swap loan as you earn it for other tokens. Okay, so again, this is how you're going to generate another yield source into your life. So here's what we're going to do. If we were going to borrow, we would click on borrow, and then we make sure it's on borrow up here at the top, and then we put in how much we want to borrow, and then we will put what we want to use as collateral to borrow that XUSDC. We won't get into that in this video because right now that's all we have is XUSDC. But say we borrowed some and we want to repay that loan. We'd come up here to repay, and we would decide how much we want to repay. Alright, again, that's a different video. So let's get out of that. We're not going to learn how to borrow today. We're going to learn how to lend and start earning on our assets. So we want to earn 16.73% XUSDC and a positive 1.39% loan. Sounds great to me. That's yield coming in. It is way better than anything you can get in a bank or a CD or any of these other things. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to borrow some UXDC because we have it here. We're going to hit lend, and we're not going to borrow it. We're going to lend it and then earn yield on it. So what are we going to deposit? Well, we got 173.7 XUSDC. And all I'm going to do for now, guys, because there's other things we want to do with this account. Again, this account is specifically for the videos to teach you guys how to use this ecosystem and how decentralized finance works. We're just going, we have how much? 173. We're just going to lend, we'll say 60 USDC. And what that's going to do is it's going to change my APY from 18.13% to 18.129, which is still 18.13%. My deposits won't change. Loan health will stay at 100%. Nothing will change. This is already checked for us, but if it's not checked, you need to check that. And then we are going to click on deposit XUSDC, and then it'll come up. We'll have to sign it, or facial recognition, or YubiKey it, or whatever, right? Alright, now we are lending, and once this finishes up here, you'll see it show up right here. And now we are earning yield on our XUC. You can see right there, it is live. It happens right in front of you. And the more you deposit, the faster you'll see that number begin to change. Alright, and what will happen is we are earning both XUSDC as well as 1.39% loan. So we will be getting loan rewards as well as earning USDC cash, right? Because that can be converted back to cash. So it's XUSDC, and as you can see, it is live, and you will see it fluctuate. If you come back tomorrow, you'll see it's up quite a bit. But watching it live, sometimes you'll see it drop, and then you'll see it rise, and then you'll see it drop, and then you'll see it rise. But over time, you're going to see nothing but rising, because that's what you're doing. You are earning yield on your XDC or XUSDC, and it is at 16.72% XUSDC being received in or yield in. Now I am earning yield on my XRP. I am earning yield on my metal. Matter of fact, let's go to our wallet. But I'm earning yield on my XRP. I'm earning yield on my sorry, not XRP, my XPR, on my Proton. I'm earning yield on my metal, and I'm earning yield on my XUSDC. And my loan health, this tells you what your health is at. If it ever goes to zero, say you're borrowing, if this goes to zero, then guess what? Your collateral is taken from you. So never let it go to zero. I'm just showing you how to lend right now. When we get into the borrowing side of this decentralized lending and borrowing app, then I'll explain this loan health a whole lot more. But if your loan health ever goes to zero, then you will lose all your collateral. Just understand that ahead of time. You can play around with it, do what you want. Remember, always start with the least amount of money that you can. Get to know it, get to understand it, and once you fully understand it, then you do whatever you want to do. This up here tells us how much we have deposited across all of these tokens, which in our case we only got one, but it's the total is 60, just like it is here. And you can see we're already at we've already added 0.00044 to our account. It's all live. We haven't borrowed any money on any of these tokens, but the total borrowed across all these tokens will show up here, and this to this will tell us what our loan health is. And as we get rewards in $loan, those will show up here, and then we can claim them, which will be yet another video because we don't have any to claim yet. So let's go back to our WebAuth wallet for a second. Oh, before I do that, how do I get my money back out that I lent? Right? I know people are going to want to know that. So we go to lend, we go to withdraw, and then we click on this, and we can withdraw it. It's that simple. You'll click on sign, and then you'll put your PIN in or your facial recognition or whatever, and then you are done. It's back into your WebAuth wallet. That simple. Okay? So if I were to click this, I would get all of that back, you know, what I put in plus the 0.000041. And again, as time passes by, that number will just keep increasing because you are earning yield. But that's how you withdraw it. Make sure that is checked. Withdraw, sign, click on sign, put in your PIN, YubiKey, whatever it is, and that's it. You got it back in your WebAuth wallet. That simple. But what I want to do now that we understand how to lend and we understand the numbers here, you have to hover over it, and if you're on a device, you have to tap and hold, and then kind of move while you're still holding, kind of move your finger out of the way so you can see these two numbers. Very, very important, because that plus, remember that negative sign is not a dash, that is the negative. That's what's going to be pulled from your account. So let's just see where we are at this point in our wallet. So we go over here to XPR. We have earned 2.47 XPR by depositing that 3,000, which was $17.58. So we've earned this doing absolutely nothing. It's not much, doesn't matter. If I were to DCA on this account, it would just keep going up and up and up. I would earn more and more and more yield, right? But so far we have earned 2.4746 XPR, having done went to bed, went to work, played with my kids, all that kind of stuff, right? It's just yield coming into my account. And on the loan, where were we? On the loan, we have 60.000567. So you can see I've got metal coming in, I've got XPR coming in, and now I've got XUSDC, which is basically cash, coming in. So now we have 3 streams of yield coming into our lives, no matter what we're doing on a daily basis, second by second by second. It is just accumulating into our lives. This, my friends, is the power of DeFi, and we're just getting started in the Metallicus ecosystem. Okay, but this is true across all DeFi platforms, decentralized finance. And again, there are no middlemen. It's all based on smart contracts. And again, you need to do your own research, come to your own conclusions. I'm simply trying to help you to understand how in the Metallicus ecosystem this all works. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, whatever, put it down in the comments. I try my best to get to every comment and to reply back. Sometimes I miss them. Sometimes I'm not notified. But I try my best to get back with everybody. But hopefully this has helped you out, guys. Now you know how to lend and you understand the numbers here. These 3 streams are coming in whether I do anything or not. Right? And yes, they're minor right now. But if I'm DCAing every week or every day or every month or however you do it in your world, it's going to become more and more value. And that more value is going to earn you more yield. Whether you work, don't work, whatever you're doing, that yield stream is still coming into your life. Because you have assets. That's the power of decentralized finance. I hope the paradigm shift is beginning to change for you. While everyone out here is chasing, well, the price of such and such is going to go to blah, 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 and then I'm going to cash out and go back to fiat currency. No. Whether the prices are going up or the prices are going down, right now, as of this moment, I have 3 steady yield sources flowing into my life. And if the price goes up, great, because then I earn more yield. And if the price drops, well, I earn less yield, but I'm still earning yield while everyone else is looking at a red screen. Decentralized finance. In the future, it's going to be so simple you won't even have to think about it. It'll be like sending an email. Right now, it's difficult. You have to learn it. But in the future, anybody and everyone is going to be using it in their credit unions, in their bank accounts. Corporations are going to be using it. Right now, you are ahead of everybody. Just understand that. And you don't have to go with the Metallicus ecosystem. I highly suggest that you do your research on it and come to your own conclusion. But there are other decentralized finance opportunities out there as well, which I won't be covering. I'm using this one because of its compliance. We don't have to worry about the government suing it and all this kind of stuff because it is 100% compliant in every way. And that's why I use it, to teach you guys decentralized finance. And you should be seeing now that decentralized finance brings in multiple streams of yield into your life, no matter what you're doing, 24 hours a day, second by second by second. God bless you all. Get in the Word, stay in the Word, get the Word in you, probably the most important thing you can do in your life. And we will catch you in the next video.